Why I can just make a wide open shot? If you keep asking this question and want once for all to end with this, let me tell you the most crucial mechanics that I learned and implement to my jump shot to make more wide open shots, and how just after starting those things that I seen to improve and hit way more shots when wide open. I practiced shooting for more than 2 whole years, just that, going every day to the court training about shooting better, while learning the most mechanics as possible to do that. So, what you are about to learn comes from my own experience shooting those wide open shots every single day. The first mechanic is the most important mechanic that I implement to my jump shot. Was just after that I really began to improve. When I started working on this mechanic, I realized it was the root cause of so many misses. You will be inconsistent if you are always releasing from a different place. One time is going to be too high and others too low. This makes you need to change everything about your shot every single time just to be able to shoot near the rim. But this mechanic not only fixes that, but also increases your power naturally and works like a aim/checkpoint. In other words, a place that you can visually see if you are doing the movement right or wrong and if you need to adjust something before shooting. I'm talking about the set point, and without it, nothing else falls into place. So here's what you need to do. Before releasing the ball, find a place to your set point. You can do that by trying to place your index finger aiming towards your eyebrow area, where you feel most comfortable. Higher than the eyebrow will be harder for defenders to contest your shot, but you will lose more natural power of your shot. The eyebrow spot is the place that you can extract the most power of your shots naturally. A stable set point eliminates guesswork and keeps your shot consistent no matter where you are on the court. Also, when I record myself shooting, I could instantly notice where my set point was, and it's the fastest way that you can fix the mistakes when implementing this mechanic if you practice alone. So I highly recommend for you to record yourself, so when you go back home you can see if you're doing those things right or wrong. This is my favorite mechanic, but just having a good set point will not make you a more consistent shooter. You need to learn this other mechanic too. I used to think that this didn't matter as long as I got my shot up. But like the set point, this is another very important mechanic that makes you able to be more consistent putting the ball in the same spot every time. And with that, you can always release in the same time, making your shots. You did ever shoot instantly after picking a ball? Like a last game shot, when you're just trying to shoot as fast as you can so you can beat the clock? Did you notice how in those moments the shot feels weird? Like you don't really know how much force you need, the precision is almost invisible. In a way, this is almost how you are naturally shooting. You need places in your jump shot that you can always put the ball and know exactly the force that you need to put every time to the ball go in. Also, you are going to be way more precise. If you develop this mechanic and the set point, you are creating must-pass points in your jump shot. And this will make a line in your shot that you could shoot straight up to the rim every single time. This is another fixed place in your jump shot is called shooting pocket. It's the foundation for a straight, smooth release. Without a good shooting pocket, your shot feels forced and you will struggle a lot to find consistency. So, like the set point, we are going to set a specific place, and that place is the middle of your right thigh if you're shooting with your right hand. Here, we can still be comfortable and consistent when shooting, but also when we are going to bring the ball up of our body to the set point, we are going to generate the most power from your jump shot. But like the set point, this mechanic is going to only be helpful if you are able to do the next one. If not, everything that you learn from now will serve you nothing. When I first started shooting, I felt like a robot, breaking each step of my shot into pieces, into my mechanics. And even if this works for a while, it's just a question of time that you're going to start shooting worse and worse and worse until you learn this. We do mechanics to maximize your shooting power. The more natural power that we have in your jump shots, we can put less force and control more the ball, becoming more precise and consistent shooters. But if you can't use this power, if you stop in the middle of the jump shot, if you do pauses in your jump shot, you lose all that momentum, and doing the mechanics will not help you. This mechanic that we are going to learn does exactly that. It connects the mechanics, and with that you are going to use perfectly the momentum we build up and shoot with more power, making us more consistent. This is called fluidity. Fluidity isn't just about looking good when shooting, it's about efficiency and accuracy. But even if this is one of the best mechanics to master to become a better shooter, this is also the most hard mechanic to learn. This is because it's not something that you can copy or do in steps, like the set point or shooting pocket. But this is how you can do this. Work on shooting in one continuous motion, from your dip to your release. Try to also avoid pausing too long when shooting, especially in the set point. And also practicing one motion shooting drills that focus on connecting every part of your shot to the mechanics that is in your lower body, like the shooting pockets, squat depth, foot rotation, and then set point, guide hand. Everything needs to be a consistent flow. Clay Thompson likes a lot of this mechanic. He says to imagine a reverse water flow, smooth, effortless and consistent. That's exactly like your shots should feel, like a reverse waterfall, from your feet to the point of your fingers, one smooth motion. Even if this, the last thing, is not a mechanic, it's the most important thing about making shots, especially about getting better making wide open shots. For the longest time, my shot felt rushed and awkward, even with all those mechanics. I hit the shots because sometimes I made every mechanic correctly, but there is a better way to knock down shots if you already implement the mechanics. It wasn't until I focused on rhythm that I started to feel comfortable shooting in any situation. Rhythm ties your mechanics together and makes your shot feel more effortless, because you just need to replicate the same feeling every time that feeling is rhythm to make the shot. And if you can do that consistently and comfortably, you are going to hit every shot. It's just to shoot some shots and you will notice a different feeling when you are making some of those shots. You almost feel that you made that shot before it goes in. And this is because of how good it was, the jump shot. So just try to replicate that bass, that rhythm, that feeling again and again and again until you can do that naturally. This is your rhythm. This is the best and more comfortable way that you can hit shots. If it's faster, if it's slower, it doesn't matter. We are trying to hit wide open shots with nobody contesting us. Just try to find that specific rhythm that if you can replicate that in a real game, you can knock down shots. Learning these 4 fundamental mechanics was a game changer for me, and just after that hitting wide open shots become easier for me. And I know that it will be for you too. But even when implementing those things, there is a very high chance that you are making one of the most common mistakes when it comes to shooting. So if you are doing those mistakes, it could generate a ton of problems into the future if you not fix them today. If you are interested in fixing those mistakes, I highly recommend that you watch this video that is appearing on the screen right now. I really hope that I helped you on this video, and I will see you next time.